Very good evening and welcome to Empire Ballpark for the Under-18 showcase game, the Durham Bulls versus the Montgomery Biscuits. Here's the Bulls. It's the entire team for the Durham Bulls. Guy Belair, my name's Paul Morgan. Guy, there's a few familiar faces for you in the Durham Bulls lineup.
Yeah, certainly quite a few names that we've seen. One of the big things here we're talking about for the Bulls, quite a few of these players are playing in the State League seasons. We've been able to see them well comprised. I think the roster should be pretty even across. Obviously, this one's filled with some Wanneroo Giants, some Vic Park kids, some Melville Braves kids, quite a few different ones. That is the team lineup, I believe. The starting lineup for this evening: at second base, number 11 will be Braden Moyle. At third base, number 15, Cooper McDonald. In center field, number 17, Owen Pilcher. At shortstop, number 13, Cameron Landy. At first base, number 19, Jacob Santich. Left field, number 5, Sam Gooch. Behind the plate tonight, number 1, Carlos Salas. In right field, number 9, Braden Horsley. The designated hitter will be Michael DeGasperis, number 7. And then on the mound for the Bulls will be Braden Connor, number 31.
So the Durham Bulls will take on the Montgomery Biscuits. So you see the uniform there of the Durham Bulls. The Montgomery Biscuits will look like this evening. BJ Cook, of course, will lead things off as he touched 96 earlier, which we heard earlier. And Guy Belair, take us through the Montgomery Biscuits.
Yeah, for the Biscuits this evening, catcher Josh Davies. Batting second will be center fielder Finley Duncan. Batting third will be first baseman Luden Tamara. In right field will be Jeff Kerr. At second base will be Sam Shepard. At shortstop will be Dawson George. Over at third base will be, just trying to think, I think that'll be Nick Davis. In left field, that'll be Matthew Stanton. And then on the mound will be Ben Bird.
Ben Bird on the mound indeed, and that's a whole entire Montgomery Biscuits roster there. So it's the under-18s. We had the under-16s earlier. It's the under-18s time now, so they'll be playing Wednesday night lights. They'll be playing the 4 o'clock game, and then they will be playing at 7 o'clock for the big final showcase. That, of course, is Braden Connor on your screen, as you see, getting ready to pitch for the Durham Bulls. Of course, as we said earlier in the broadcast, made famous by that great film, Bull Durham. Can Kevin Costner do anything wrong in sports films?
Not in my lifetime, no.
And now, of course, he's taken all those people who love the TV. Kevin Costner is now in Yellowstone, the show on Stan.
I haven't found too much that I don't like from Kevin Costner.
He is. Kevin is good. So it's the Bulls and the Biscuits. First pitch is underway and it's high and missing. I have some interviews for you in between, which recorded earlier. It's the 16s of
Ben Bird on the mound throwing to Braden Moyle. Moyle, obviously a product of the Perth Baseball Club. Getting some action within the State League 1 season out here, WA this year.
Connor, it's Santich in first. As you said, Horsley out in right field. Pilcher in center field. Gooch in left field. McDonald at short. Landy at short. Sorry, McDonald at third. Landy at shortstop. Moyle at second. And Santich over in first. Carlos Salas behind the plates. 3-1 count. Connor pitches to Davies. Davies swings and fouls that one over to where the Diamond Fitness gym is now here at the ballpark. Of course, Diamond Fitness, big time sponsor of this broadcast and this showcase. Of course, all the trainers at Diamond doing a great job to sort of help the guys with their strength and conditioning. That one's hit hard out into right field, and Horsley will come in. Is it playable? Is it playable? It's going to fall in front of Horsley's feet. And
that's a little disappointing there. I mean, that one you should have seen should have seen Braden Horsley kind of take charge there. Never really seemed to make that call. He had an opportunity, I think, to come get it, and I think he looked down and saw the second baseman kind of approaching him, and never kind of took charge that you should as an outfielder. Josh Davies, a good little leadoff hitter, has been able to get on base all season for Crean, and doing the same here for the Biscuits.
This is Duncan now. So Duncan at bat. So you'll see that, Guy, if you want to tell everyone about what that, you'll see the black box on the pitcher.
Go ahead. I believe it is one of the new camera things to record both pitches in and then bat approach for swings.
That one's hit high and deep to right field, and Horsley make the catch in right. Yeah, I think it's.
I had to do a double take myself because I was thinking they forgot to take something off the field during pregame setups. But I think this is one of the new feedback systems that they're doing for games for hitters, and because it is a little bit of a showcase thing, they're trying to adapt it for the in-game stuff so they can get some feedback that's not just off of batting practices or the practice game stuff. So, but it is able to test the bat angles, bat speeds, everything else.
This will be Luden Tamara up to bat now.
Luden, a Swan District's baseball player, again to all the.
There it is, a good shot of it there. So the camera faced back at the pitcher. Our man Guy Blair's all over it. He's going to get us a detailed insight.
So I think that one is the Rapsodo. It's baseball and softball products.
There it is. Good shot of it there. Shot of Davies there. Luden at bat. It's Tamara.
So again, part of the things to help athletes reach their full potential with data-driven technology. So again, increasing batting average, designing perfect pitch, or improving swings. So something that's being used in baseball, softball, different golf. And able to give real-time data.
3 balls, 1 strike. We'll see if we can try to get, I don't know, with that Dean White sitting next to us, I don't know. See if we can, be interesting to get.
I think looking at it, that one is actually the pitching one.
Yeah.
So I think that one's designed a little bit more for the pitchers and having their insights from release points, strike points.
The runner goes. Tamara bangs it down to shortstop. He's going to get Landry. He's going to flip across to Moyle. He's going to flip it to Santich. Double play. Bang, bang. That will do. So that's some pretty good play there from the Bulls. Flip a double play to end it. You'll see it here. It's a beautiful heads-up play by Landy, who is playing short. Just flipped it up to Moyle at second. And
again, Cam Landy from Kareen Baseball Club. He's been doing this all season for State League for the Cats, and able to turn that 6-4-3. This is one of those things. Some of these guys have been within, they were in the under-16s tournaments prior to the COVID, so they've had these coaching staffs for last 3 or 4 years from that standpoint. But these are the kids that, as Rod Drew stated, we have a good group of kids that are kind of being blooded into the State League system out here in WA, and getting a lot of opportunities to play across all levels and from these teams. And then, now they're all of a sudden getting those opportunities not only at those levels to compete against each other, but then you get the opportunity to then play with some of these guys that you compete against. But, as we said, we're looking for the guys, the ladder, climb up the ladder. Certainly Cameron Landy's one of those ones, as he's grown into shortstop over the last 4 years.
Ben Bird on the mound, you see there. Picture of Ben Bird. He'll get going for the Montgomery Biscuits. Montgomery down there in Alabama.
Montgomery is in Alabama. They've done a lot to improve the city itself, and one of those things is building that ballpark in the downtown area. It's right on the coastline, and not a far drive from Tuscaloosa or
Mobile.
Mobile is obviously right on the bay, but they've done a lot to kind of improve that area. I know they've come a little bit more of a football town as well as then the Biscuits having the minor league stuff. It's been a really good Double-A team for last decade or so from the standpoint. I know they play in the Atlantic Sun League, so they compete against Jacksonville Suns and some of the different ones. And when I had my time in Jacksonville, that was one of the good programs to watch.
You'll see down, just down the field, you see Warwick Sawpole at the moment. He's got a tablet in his hand, which I would assume is the tablet connected to
the Rapsodo.
To the Rapsodo. So
I think that's one of those things I was just trying to look at all the different things. I mean, obviously, it is giving the real-time data in terms of that one, and it does give pitch angles, so it's able to see on that pitch the breaking depth of a breaking ball or the movement that's on the fastball.
So no 10,000. Just to clarify, there's a shot there of the Perth Plasterboard Centre home run hole. No $10,000 tonight though. Of course, of the heat games, if from someone hit it through that, if a player hit that, they got $5,000, and a fan, they split it, the 10,000. The fan got 10,000 as well. So never happened. It went close once, but fortunately never happened. Here we are in the home half of the first. It is the Biscuits with ball in hand.
So I think
it's Ben Bird. It's Moyle hits one hard and deep, and Moyle, that one's going back to the wall. Gone. Moyle with the lead-off home run, if you don't mind. Got all of that. And to be fair, almost got the $10,000 as well.
10,000 or the more housing.
Look at this. So Moyle gets all of it. Skies back and just over more housing home run sign. So lead-off home run for the Bulls. And they are in business as McDonald comes up to bat Bird in with the first pitch strike. So straight away, Moyle just injects life into the game. 1-0 Bulls.
And somewhat interesting, I think that one was hit with a wood bat as well.
That was nice.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are playing in the State League season, so of course with the State League competition, you do have to swing the wood bat over here in WA. That's where I said, if you're able to find the barrel with wood, if you know what you're doing, it can travel just as far sometimes. And can we just see Josh Davies was standing next to that Rapsodo thing, and again, what that one's designed to do is it is measuring pitching arsenals, essentially looking at pitch velocity, spin rates, spin efficiency, break and release information.
That one, McDonald's going to be hit down the left field line into where the kiddos would normally be camped to run the outfield.
Oh, if we're fortunate during the next 2 days, we might have to get Soppold up here to tell us all about it.
Indeed.
Be willing to bet he's probably one of the proponents of using it this year, because it's something he would have come across during his time with either the Tigers or over in the Korean Baseball League.
It's hit hard, and Stanton's there in the left, makes the catch. So Stanton in left, it's Kerr in right, Duncan in center, Davis at third, George short, Shepard at second, Tamara at first. Davies behind the dish. And Ben Bird on the hill. So Pilcher comes in for the first time today. He's got that Wanneroo Giants helmet on. Pilcher bangs one down, gets past Davis. That third rolls out to Stanton. And Pilcher will find himself on first base. So talk about those teachable moments again, Gee, is that one just got past Davis at third.
Again, I mean, with anything, whether it's games or practices, I mean, you have those teachable moments, but I think it's a little bit different what you have in the approach that you're taking from the 16-year-olds to these 18-year-olds and what you're looking for in terms of that effort, that ability, and kind of the competitiveness you want to see stepped up a level or two, and you expect to kind of see these guys going after it a little bit more.
It's Cam Landy now. This runner goes in Pilcher. Landy sends it foul down the left field line. Heads into the expanded dugout. Rare sound, rare sight, a plane flying overhead. Don't see many planes anymore when you close off to the entire world.
I always kind of laugh because
apart from the mining planes, but as Pilcher finds his way to second base.
Got a great jump there and managed to steal a base on a breaking ball that was down in the dirt. Able to take that one with ease, but you know, especially when the borders were closed, we'd see the planes continuing to, you know, fly over the ballpark as it is in the flight route to the Perth airport, but still had mail or different things that had to be delivered at the time, so there were always things landing, but that one I think is heading over to Jandakot.
Landy remains in, 2-2 count, one down. Pilcher stole second. 3-2 now. I have always thought that, you know, if there was anyone that had like high air traffic in their house, they sold it in the last 12 months, and someone's bought a house, unbeknownst to them, that once the planes start, it's going to be.
Yeah, you know, well, one, you couldn't get into houses for a while out here, so you had to just, you know, buy sight unseen because
Landy strikes out. It's a good comeback from Bird there.
Rental market or anything else was very tough, but you're right. If it might have been a good time to sell some of those ones that are near the airport because, oh, that's not that bad. Yeah, give it till February 5th, and who knows?
Until that Emirates flight comes over at 3 o'clock every morning. So Landy punches out. So Bird punches out Landy. 2 down now. Santich comes up to bat for the Durham Bulls. That's the way your scoreboard looks at the moment.
Jacob Sandage playing for the Wanneroo Giants this season.
The 1 run courtesy of that lead-off home run from Moyle. So first pitch of the Bulls dig was a home run deposited in left field. That one's up in the seats. 2 more nights of baseball, so if you are watching this on the Perth Heat Facebook page, firstly, big hello, and for those missing baseball, there's an opportunity to come out to the ballpark, support the juniors, as that one's gone from Davies to Davis. And Pilcher steals another base. Yeah, there's an opportunity to come out to the ballpark, sit in the seats, take in the baseball skies, and watch a couple of games of baseball. Of course, tomorrow 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. The 18s, these 2 teams will be playing at 4 o'clock. Then the 16s will be playing. And we have a look at Birds action there.
A little bit of a unique one that he actually, you know, bends down all the way to the ground and loses a little bit of that stability from things. But what I always find interesting is that each kind of pitcher finds a different in some ways finds a different thing that works for them.
Santich walks, bringing Sam Gooch to bat. There's Gooch. It's 4 o'clock. These two teams will play tomorrow. Then they'll play at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Friday night's the championship night. So if you're missing your Perth Heat baseball, you're missing coming out of the ballpark, there's plenty of familiar faces here tonight. Come out, enjoy a Friday night, Thursday night under lights, and watch the future of the Heat. Ben Bird, 2-0 count on Gooch. Santich on first, Pilcher on third. The Bulls in the navy, predominant navy, and the Biscuits in the light blue with the navy arms, the navy sleeves. Bird's pitch to Gooch is in the dirt, and base is now loaded as Gooch draws the walk. Carlos Salas up to bat now. He spent some time at Diamond Fitness. He's generally walking in when I'm walking out early doors, which is impressive because you see a lot of these guys, and there's some Kareem guys there that especially they're going to, a lot of them still going to school and things like that, but they're down at Diamond Fitness at 6:30 on a Tuesday getting their work in, which is
I think that's a couple of things that we talked about. I know Andy Kyle is still running the Heat program, so they come down, they can get some of that developmental work in with Andy Kyle. So, they're able to take advantage of the Diamond Fitness gym, and then they're able to, get in some, whether it BP or extra defensive work and different opportunities in a way to continue to grow and mold their baseball futures.
Salas. First pitch in for a strike from Bird. 1 count, 2 down, bases loaded. The Bulls have bats in hands, lead at 1-0. 2 count. Bird gets on the same page as Davis in the dirt. So it's Gooch on first, Santich on second, Pilcher on third. Under 18s baseball. First name Biscuits and Bulls after the AA, AAA affiliates of the Tampa Bay Rays in this Tampa Bay Rays Showcase Series. 2nd year running. And who knows, the future, hopefully one of these kids ends up playing for the Biscuits, then the Bulls, then the Rays. That one's banged down, and Davis will collect it, stand on third base, and that will do us. The 3-1 complete here was the home run for Moyle. And it will head to the 2nd inning now. It is the Bulls 1 leading the Biscuits 0. Back for the 2nd inning right after this.
Sam, Sheppy, I've heard your name is. How have the last 2 weeks been here at the Empire Ballpark?
Pretty good. We've been getting a lot of work in. It's been pretty hot the past couple of weeks. So got some work in. The younger fellas are pretty good to, teach around and stuff. So, yeah.
What's been a highlight for the last 2 weeks?
There's been a couple things. The guest speakers that have come down there, they're very good. You learn a lot from them. So, yeah.
And what's one thing you learnt?
Well, the psych that came down, she was really good. She helped me with talking about my breathing and stuff. So when I get tense and stuff in the games, I can cool it down with my breathing.
That's pretty impressive. Maybe I need that on the day-to-day work life, hey? So what do you expect? What can we expect from you tonight and over the next 3 days?
Hopefully some good hitting. Last year was pretty good. It's good weather for hitting at the moment. Just need to get under the ball a bit instead of not rolling over. Yeah.
Well, good luck tonight, and we can't wait to see you over the next 3 days.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thanks, Grady Wolf. And here we are on Wednesday Night Lights at Empire Ballpark. Paul Morgan's right hand, Guy Belair alongside me. Of course, Grady Wolf is also part of the day-to-day of the Heat crew. Bringing you under 18s baseball, the Biscuits and the Bulls. It's the Bulls 1-0 over the Biscuits. Of course, these guys, the future of the Perth Heat. Unfortunately, the radar gear not working, but getting some good velo on there.
He's got a little bit of a pop. Not sure if they don't have someone working the radar this inning or if it was turned off in between games, but definitely getting a nice sounding pop to it. Should be.
It's Kerr at bat. Kerr watches that one from Connor into the dirt. But
I'd say that one's a breaking ball. That was probably in the low 70s, but.
Jeff Kerr. 0-2 count. So Connor got Kerr right where he wants him. Swing and a miss, and down goes Kerr on strikes. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good night there for Connor. And Connor as well with Salas. Another young kid who gets his work in at Diamond Fitness on a regular basis. Comes in early, 5:30 crew sometimes. One gets past Goodwin. Bounces, so Goodwin into bat. That one just bounces short into the backstop, and Salas comes and has a quick chat to him. What Drew mentioned, how the guys like Salas, the catchers, got to have an opportunity to work with Alex Hall, who swing and a miss. And Alex Hall was sort of one of those guys that, if you sort of look back at Heat history, he was brought into the lineup when Alan D. San Miguel moved across to the Melbourne Aces. Had guys like Matt Kennelly tutoring him at that point in time, and took up the challenge of the Heat, and blossomed into an exceptional catcher, and of course is in that contract with the Milwaukee Brewers, and is now absolutely one of the best in the country.
Certainly one of the best in the country, and I think should have maybe been given an opportunity to be looked at on the national squad. Unfortunately, Australia did pull out of the Olympics prior to the Olympics, but I was kind of thinking Alex probably deserved a shot on that squad.
And chops hard into the dirt. It's going to get past Moyle, and base hit for Goodwin. There's Alex Hall there, actually, on first base coach. You'll see good cameo. So talk about Alex Hall sort of teaching goes. Sam Shepard up now. Shepard's up for the Biscuits. So it's Sandridge at first, Moyle at second, Landy at shortstop, McDonald over at third, Horsley in right, Pilcher in center, Gooch in left.
It's a good breaking ball right there. Just missed the strike zone, but it was a good pitch in terms of it held close and you know, kind of gave hesitation to it could have gone either way.
Have a look at people. It's Thomas Knox tuning in from Scotland. Used to play in the Masters League over here. So good part about putting the games on YouTube and social media and things. You on Facebook, you get more corners of the world as Shepard draws himself in walk.
You know, speaking of Facebook and some of those things, I was scrolling through, you know, your list the other day and found a couple of Heat players are going to be fathers very soon. Sean Sanford is going to be having a baby girl this season. He was a pitcher in the last season. The Heat won a title, and
yep,
quite a few other former players that were imports and still stay in touch. You know, I saw Kennelly's commented on that one, so it truly is kind of a family environment that once you get out here, you kind of are a Heater for life.
It's a George at bat. Ball gets away from Salas and Shepard and Goodwin. Goodwin advances to third. Shepard advances to second.
Of course, one of our favorite friends, Joey Wong, now the director of baseball ops over at Oregon State University these days.
Yep.
I believe Anthony Claggett is the pitching coach for Washington State University.
Yep. Married to your former roommate. There's been a lot of players come and go, and yeah, some you just sort of kind of get a flashback memory of something happens, and you remember them well, and yeah, they all seem to. Yeah, it's one of those destinations that everyone seems to kind of, you know, even when they go to the big leagues, they sort of remember this time, and you know, it was rare. And you know, Dan Vaughan will certainly say that in his time when he spends in the American Association with the Kansas City Monarchs, and hardly no one ever has a bad word to say. As that one's popped up and Santich camps under it, makes the catch.
Be the first out of the inning, and Santich obviously able to look the runners back, make sure no one was able to advance on that play.
Of course, you know, they had that famous sort of Rays bunch that Jake Fraley ended up getting traded to Seattle, and Mike Brosseau made it to the Rays and has now been traded to the Milwaukee Brewers. But boy, that was a team, and you know, luck. You know, it's been a while between. You mentioned earlier about the Heat's last championship, and it's been a while. You know, obviously, it's been close in the last couple of years, but that season particularly, you know, you had Jake Fraley who had to go home a bit early just for some family reasons, and you had Mike Brosseau who got hit in the hand in Adelaide, and that ended his campaign, and you just had a couple of other guys that had a few injuries, and
all of a sudden the best team in the league decimated by injuries, and
they were the runaway best team in the league that year by far. So it was unfortunate for the Heat not to get the Claxton Shield, but of course then last year had that. Well, yeah, last time we've played, they had that. Got into the championship series against the Aces, and the 3-game series that were cut to a 1-game series. And anyway, we'll look forward to Davis in. We'll look forward to bringing you Heat baseball once more. And you know, I think there's a lot of exciting things for the future of baseball in this country, and though it's easy to be pessimistic about it, I think there's a lot of good people behind the scenes working on things that and these showcases only show like what talent we've got coming through the system and how important it is to keep baseball in the forefront of the communities at the highest levels. That one's Connor's got Davis at the knees. 2-1 count, 1 down. Runner on third is Goodwin. Shepard's on second. Connor's pitch to Davis is in for a strike. Great to see the friends and family out here supporting the kiddos as well. Davis shoots that one into his dugout. Kind of throws and swing and a miss, and down goes Davis, and the Biscuits leave men stranded on first and second.
Good, a good breaking ball there. Got the batter anticipating a fastball. Thought he was going to, it had a fastball count, but the breaking ball, batter was well out in front. Great adjustment by the pitcher.
Was indeed, and I believe we've got another interview coming up, so we'll step aside for that and be back for the home half of the second.
Now I'm joined by Owen Pilcher from the Bulls. Owen, how have the last 2 weeks gone for you?
Good, thank you. I've learned a lot over the last 2 weeks, got to know a bunch of people from different clubs, and just got to teach a lot of coaches here to teach me more stuff about the game.
Now, you ran the fastest time here. Talk to me about that. How fast did you run?
I ran a 6.6, just a lot of work with Diamond and just hitting the gym hard, and improved my time over the time.
Now, are you a Diamond member?
Yes, I am.
So am I. I haven't seen you down there. No, I haven't been going, to be fair. What can we expect from you and the team over the next 3 days?
Well, hopefully 3 wins and just a successful tournament for the boys.
What have you taken away? What's one key thing you've taken away from the last 2 weeks?
Just all different coaches teaching different aspects of the game, and just a lot, really.
Well, good luck tonight. It's a perfect night for baseball. We can't wait to see you out there.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Empire Ballpark. Ben Bird on the hill. There's a Grady Wolf. Appreciate the interview Grady had with Owen Pilcher then, running a 6.6. Get Dean White to give us a full breakdown where that ranks. Is fouled off into the by Horsley. The Birds 32 pitches. Horsley up for the first time this evening. Just recapping the defensive lineup for the Biscuits. Kerr in right, Duncan in centre, Stanton in left, Davis at third, George at short, Shepard at second. Swing and a miss from Horsley. Down he goes on strikes. Tamara on first, Davis behind the dish, and Ben Bird. Paul Morgan's by name. Guy Belair is joining me in the commentary booth. We're to Wednesday Night Baseball.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. We heard Grady talking with Owen Pilcher about that 6.6. Basically, that is the 60-yard dash that's measured in baseball. For those not familiar, normally like football, you look at the 40-yard dash. Baseball, you look at the 60-yard dash. Anything under 7 seconds is what major league teams are looking for. So a 60-yard dash between 6.7 and 6.9 equates to an average runner on the playing field. So, you know, obviously below that 6.7 point, we're talking starting to get into those elite running times.
Which was a 6.6. So Pilcher's got some wheels. This is the Gasly. Gaspar, should I say.
DeGasperis, another young product right now out of Swan Districts, is getting, the occasional call up into the State League. I think playing a little bit of State League 2 action. Still into junior baseball at this time as well.
Bird gets another strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Bird as DeGasperis goes down. So we'll bring up back to the top of the lineup. Braden Moyle.
Braden obviously got things started off in the leading off the bottom of the first inning with that home run.
This pitch you saw, he deposited it in left field, so in the trees. So
we'll see what adjustments Bird is going to make in this at bat, getting now starting the second time through the lineup. But be willing to bet he is not going to give that same pitch to Moyle. A little high fastball, brush him back off the plate.
Yep. But this is also, we'll continue to talk about it, but this is more for the coaches to talk about. But Bird's obviously aware what happened last time in the at bat. Like so far in the 3 pitches hasn't really been anywhere, in the zone. So is it sort of? He has now, but
it's not so much necessarily in the zone. I actually thought he's attacked it pretty well. I mean, knowing that a guy hit a home run off you on that first kind of pitch, you're not going to give him the same stuff. But if you kind of look at his pitch selection, he was low and in, then he was up and in, then kind of went up and away, then slotted one into that strike zone just to get a strike. Again, went away on the outer half and got him to foul off. So now he's sitting here 2-2.
Is it actually? See if we get a cool shot in a second. Is that one's drawn a walk? And then it's just when we're talking about the camera on the field before, if you see, I think Warwick Silpold's about to leave, but he's standing sort of in the front row. And he's got the iPad tablet up, which sort of gives you the live feed of what's happening from that camera in the field. So we'll try to see if we can get. This is McDonald at bat.
I was doing a little bit of reading on it. It does give you the real-time pitch feedback. So Warwick right now, probably at that time, he's
there, and then
getting a little bit of the recording stuff from that one. So it's recording his motions, but then it's also tracking his pitch. So it'll get it in.
Runner goes, throw goes high, and on Tyson Moyle adds a stolen base to his tally for the set. See, just right there at the bottom of your picture, you see Warwick Silpold with the tablet. As you see, also the stolen base. But there you go. So
he's getting the full video action, so they can kind of judge his actions and turn it. And that's where I said we saw that slow-mo replay of Bird's action last inning, and the one that a lot of times I see players, they have that flat pan back as they go to the plate. That slow-mo he actually bends down to the ground even, so he's kind of maximizing his velocity down towards the plate.
4 straight balls for McDonald, and he walks. So now you got Moyle on second, McDonald on first.
But this is getting into some of these new metrics and different things that are measuring in baseball, and we talk about that. We look at Bird's pitching action here as in that slow-mo, and you can see him stretch out and reach, and then got that additional bend down, so he actually kind of quits looking at the plate in terms of his follow-through. It'd be interesting, like I said, if we get the opportunity to visit with Warwick, tomorrow night or even Friday night.
Here's the man who ran the 6-6, Owen Pilcher.
To find out how he's utilizing, these different new pitching learning techniques, and there you can see, he has a little bit short of a stride because he is a tall, lanky right-hander. And find out, as a former major league pitcher, what kind of information he's passing on to these kids, how they're using this new data in terms of, breaking down the cameras, breaking down the pitch, how it spins, how it moves, how it does everything. Good frame job there from Josh Davies. and you know, everything that they can kind of do, because, you know, for as tall as he is, one of the things that he really could do is you know, if he's able to stretch out that stride and maximize shortening that distance to the plate, it'll have that effect of making the pitch jump on the hitter a little bit quicker.
So here's Guy Belair breaking down the pitching, and count is 3-1. Pilcher at bat. Pilcher hits that down to Davis, who just bobbles at third. Now it's speedy Pilcher to get to first. So just kind of, you saw there with Davis at third, he had the runner Moyle advancing at third, so he just needed the clean pick up and stand on the bag. But this is, I suppose, the pressure of playing under the lights and playing in front of friends and family, and
it's a little bit different. You know, it's one of those things too that sometimes, you know, may not be your night. I know this is a couple balls have been hit over to Nick Davis, and one of them, you know, I thought he had an opportunity to play, and he didn't make a play on it. And he's had a few more come at him, and he's been able to field them, but hasn't been able to field them cleanly. And you know, one thing I'll give him a little bit of credit for, he hasn't allowed it to snowball into a second mistake or an additional one. But you're right, he was trying to almost make plays before.
Landy should. Oh, great play. Shepard makes the catch. I thought it was just tailing away from him, but I thought it was going to get away from him. But makes the catch there. Sort of, I thought this one was going to be lucky for Landy. I thought he was going to drop, but speedy responses, makes the catch, and
Sheppy able to get over there, range out to the shallow outfield and make that play.
He does indeed, and we are through to complete here at Empire Ballpark. 1-0, heading back to Grady Wolf for another interview. We'll be back on the other side of this interview.
Joining me here is Cruz Brandon from the Bulls. Cruz, how have the last 2 weeks been?
They've been really good. It's good to get to know some of the blokes from the other clubs, make good mates with them, and just expand my knowledge on pitching in the game.
Now, your dad is an ex-heater, is that right?
That is right, he was.
And is he playing in the Old Timers game on the 29th of January at this ballpark?
He's making an appearance, but he's been a bit sore lately, so he might be riding the pine for that game, but yeah.
Well, I hope to see him out here. Now, do you hope to follow in his footsteps and take your career overseas, see how you go?
Yeah, I do. I'm planning on taking the next step further. Probably not having kids as young as him, because that was the reason he didn't go further. But yeah, really looking forward to expanding my game and taking it to the next level.
Now, where do you want to take your baseball career?
Like trying to sign with a team, obviously. Gonna try and go to college, expand my game, just get better, and yeah, hopefully sign with a major league team.
Well, it is a name to remember. You do have a celebrity name, I have been told. Now, what can we expect from you tonight?
Just do whatever I can to help the team win. If that's sitting on the bench for a bit, if that's coming in for a pitch, I'm going to do what I need to do, and yeah.
A true team player. Thanks so much, and good luck over the next 3 days.
There you are, Grady Wolf with Cruz Brandon there. And of course, that Old Timers game coming up. We'll give you a bit more information on that shortly. Paul Morgan's my name. Guy Belair alongside me, bringing you this under-18s clash. 1-0 the Bulls versus the Biscuits. The Bulls are pitching. Obviously means the Biscuits are hitting. Yeah, Cruz Brandon, and yeah, huge opportunities. And you know, when we talk about this technology, even Guy, and all of a sudden as Stanton's into bat, Connor remains your pitcher. You've got a better package to send. That one's hit hard to McDonald, who does a great job at third and throws across to Santich in time. Talked earlier about, like, you know, all of a sudden using these different cameras and using these different things. You know, there's even filming these games, there's the opportunity to cut up this footage and send it to scouts in different colleges, which, you know, obviously had its challenges as technology's got better, it's got a little bit easier, but you know, now you've legitimately got these opportunities to, you know, Connor can go away and then he can show, you know, he can put all the information together of his outing tonight and work on what he needs to and send what he needs.
You know, it's a little bit different because we talk about these opportunities. You know, these kids growing up, you know, you're playing within your particular charter. So, you know, we talk about this, the 18 guys that are on the field right now. You know, each one of them kind of might be one or two at a state league club or those different things. But now all of a sudden you're getting to play as teammates, and so one thing that a competition like this one does is it allows you to face that better competition. So as a pitcher, you know, if you are playing the state league season, you're playing guys that are former minor leaguers or even major leaguers in this instance, because, you know, Luke Hughes is still playing for player coach from Morley, and you know, you do have some of these guys that have been around the block and done a few things still playing in the state league seasons. But as some of these other guys, you know, Alex Hall is in the development stuff for the Brewers, same as Jess Williams, and they're both playing over at Morley, and you know, some of these 18-year-olds are getting those opportunities to play against those guys that are in the minor league system. And as we said, we have a number of guys that have announced that they're going to go play college ball. We have a few more that are hoping to still find a place to go play college ball and go make the names for themselves. And then, you know, as Lucky said, as they come back in the next 4 to 5 years or anything from that standpoint and come along.
This is Jared Crick. You're seeing on the nice split screen there. Let's see.
Managed to get somebody to go turn on the radar system.
Yeah, we didn't have the radar gun, but now we've got it. But great job here for the crew at show screens to have the split screen of gets an idea of Jared Crick. So the book's closed. The book is it is closed on Braden Connor. Great outing from Connor.
And again, as we heard Roger say, you know, tonight, with this being that first of 3 games, the guys that are throwing tonight are the ones that they expect to probably be, again, throwing on Friday night. Might have guys on a little bit more pitch counts depending on what happens. You know, they're probably only going 2 innings apiece in some cases, you know, unless they don't get through hitters or something. And now we can see as he's getting loose, he's starting to elevate up the velocity.
Well, he was bang on 40 pitches.
Yep, and I think the 40 at this age group allows you to still technically come back and play the next day. I don't think you have to have a day's rest. I haven't remembered my pitch count breakdown things, but I think this age group gets 40 or 45 for no day's rest.
This is Davies at bat. So Davies will be the first person that Crick sees. The first pitch is in at 77 miles an hour for a called strike.
Then again, Davies is leading off the 3rd inning here, and this is then the second time through the order here for the Biscuits. Davies was able to get things started off, get on base. Again, I've had the pleasure of coaching him since he was 10 or 11 years old. Always playing here in this under-18 showcase.
It's hit up to center, coming in. There's again almost Pilcher makes the catch and shows off those wheels, but
that's one of the big differences. I think if you remember that first inning, Davies got that hit into shallow right field. And that was when the right fielder had the opportunity to call for the second baseman and didn't allow that ball to drop. Pilcher took charge, called it right away. You see the infielder peeled off in front of that one, but the outfielder coming in should call off that infielder all day, and Pilcher took charge and made a great play.
Duncan in now to bat for the Biscuits. 76 mile an hour from Crick. It's either got cool or the air conditioning's too bumped up in the booth, but it's pleasant though.
I noticed that when Rod came in, he didn't shut the door, and it was still a little bit warm outside, and that air conditioning escaped pretty quick, especially with the window open. We've had that Fremont Docker kind of quit blowing full steam.
And it's fouled hard from Duncan into the netting. So Crick got it.
Good breaking ball there. Just able to see kind of the full repertoire of what Crick has to offer here. He's had that fastball. It sits at 78. We'll see if it continues to creep up as he loosens up here a little bit more, but good mixture with that breaking ball coming in at 68.
Count full now for Duncan. 2 down. Top of the third here. 7-inning game. But more sort of, I suppose, a bit like the last game, more on the time, because 3 hours is about the limit.
Yeah, we're looking at about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on what happens. As we said, I think too, I know these guys have scrimmaged a little bit against each other over the last 10 days, but there's still, once you get into game, it's a little bit of a feeling out process.
Well, that is a well-hit ball. That is very foul, but a well-hit ball into the home dugout.
Been a little bit of a defensive hitter up until that point. He kind of guessed correctly on that one, but was well out in front of it. I think he's had trouble with the 3 curveballs that he saw. I think Crick kind of knew that one and was waiting for an opportunity to come back to it.
Got the strikeout and got them off the field, so there it is there.
Again, Crick able to get that curveball. Had to break it. He was able to fight off the one previously that he wasn't sure if it was going to be a strike or not, and then I think he saw that one, realized he kind of had to swing, but was expecting that fastball and didn't get it.
Back down to Grady Wolf, and we'll be back on the other side of this interview.
Joining me here is Cruz Brandon from the Bulls. Cruz, how have the last 2 weeks been?
They've been really good. It's good to get to know some of the blokes from the other clubs, make good mates with them, and just expand my knowledge on pitching in the game.
Now, your dad is an ex-heater, is that right?
That is right, he was.
And is he playing in the Old Timers game on the 29th of January at this ballpark?
He's making an appearance, but he's been a bit sore lately, so he might be riding the pine for that game, but yeah.
Well, I hope to see him out here. Now, do you hope to follow in his footsteps and take your career overseas, see how you go?
Yeah, I do. I'm planning on taking the next step further. Probably not having kids as young as him, because that was the reason he didn't go further. But yeah, really looking forward to expanding my game and taking it to the next level.
Now, where do you want to take your baseball career?
Trying to sign with a team, obviously. Gonna try and go to college, expand my game, just get better, and yeah, hopefully sign with a major league team.
Well, it is a name to remember. You do have a celebrity name, I have been told. Now, what can we expect from you tonight?
Just do whatever I can to help the team win. If that's sitting on the bench for a bit, if that's coming in for a pitch, I'm going to do what I need to do, and yeah.
A true team player. Thanks so much and good luck over the next 3 days.
Thank you, Grady, with Cruz Brandon again. So we replayed that last one in case you missed it, and I think it's well worth hearing again, because this is what it's all about. The young guys who, at that, especially this 18s level, they're at the point now where college is on the horizon, pro scouts are on the horizon, national teams are on the horizon. So, this opportunity to be in front of everyone is huge for them. Not no breeze, as you saw the flag before.
Yeah, we had that breeze that was kind of moving that warm air earlier. It's died down here in the evening, but
So Santage at bat, Bird. Santage hits that hard, and Duncan, the centre fielder, will be called off by Kerr, the right fielder, who make the catch. So Bird's up to 57 pitches, so you'd imagine there's Warwick Silverpole just taking his film to show the guys and the breakdowns.
again, moving around.
So there you go, just opportunity to have a look at Bird's action. There's great to see, and guys like Warwick, and as mentioned, there's Jess Williams out there, and there's Alex Hall and these guys all giving back to the juniors, and plenty of other coaches and mentors along the way. As Gooch hits that one deep to left, but playable. Stanton makes the catch comfortably. Couple of quick outs. And bring Carlos Salas.
Kind of funny, Matthew Stanton is the younger brother of Jacob, so I had the pleasure of being able to coach Jacob on one of the international trips. I think his brother and dad are in the stands.
Salas puts that over the head of George and rolls out to Stanton and grabs himself a base hit.
He was a skinny, lanky little kid, and now starting to fill out and might be a better baseball player than his brother, but both of them getting a little bit of time there for Crean.
Not as good as their cousin Giancarlo.
I don't know if they have any relation to Giancarlo, but maybe the Mike before he was Giancarlo, who knows.
Horsley into bat now. So Salas on first. Bulls lead it 1-0 over the Biscuits.
I have to laugh. I think I was calling one of the games during the State League season, and in my head, I think it was a Kareen versus Wanneroo game. So I had Stanton and Santich. They were opposing teams, but so used to the kind of the names, just in my head, I was like, and now batting Jacob Santich instead of Stanton. And so they laugh because they at least know me, and it's a good thing. But they're like, yeah, you didn't call me by my name, but you can't get them all right.
Cannot, that's for sure. That one's hit out to center, and again coming in to make the catch is Duncan. And that will do. The quick work by Ben Bird. As we are through 3 complete here at Empire Ballpark. And we'll take a quick timeout and back for the 4th inning right after this.
Now, Bailey J. Cook from the Biscuits joining me now. He's one of my favourite people in the universe. Nah, just kidding. How have the last 2 weeks been, BJ?
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting. See the change of the vibe in the locker room. All the younger boys getting around it now. All the older boys kind of mixing in, getting to know each other a bit better. Yeah.
Now, you're back at this level after a little while. How's it felt to be back up the top level?
It's good. It's good. It's good to be back. I was away for a little bit, but I'm back now, and I'm really excited to be playing again.
Now, you had your first outing in 12 months and you topped 94 miles an hour. That's pretty bloody fast. How was that?
Yeah, I actually kind of surprised myself a little bit. I'm not going to lie, I did surprise myself, but I was pretty comfortable up there, and hopefully get back up there again soon.
Yeah, amazing future ahead for you. Now, where can we expect to see your career go over the next coming years?
Well, I'm off to junior college soon, so be going over to the States, Dallas, and then after that, hopefully professional baseball. Got some dreams, got some goals.
Well, don't forget us when you're famous. Now, I have been asked to ask you, why is your nickname Lloyd?
Well, my favourite TV show is Entourage, and Lloyd is from Entourage, and it's kind of a workplace joke with my boss, Dino, from Diamond Fitness, so got that one from him.
Now, a plug for Friday night. Should we get all the Diamond Fitness team down here?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone should come down, check it out. Down the ballpark, it's going to be a good night.
And we'll all be here, so see you then. Well, good luck tonight and the next 3 days. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
There you are, Grady Wolf with BJ Cook. Of course, McGann has come in as the new pitcher for the Bulls. BJ Cook, little junior college out of Dallas, so we'll have to do a bit more digging on that. Maybe our good mate Danny Vaughan might have a roommate with of course, the great Dan Vaughan, based in Dallas, Texas, when he's not in Kansas City. This is McGann on the hill.
They still have plenty of family over there. I think my grandfather's over in the Plano area, which is a suburb of Dallas, and I have a lot of family and friends still over in that area as well.
You never know. Maybe them Cowboys might.
Who knows? Who knows? Rangers might need something a lot sooner. You never know. Flint McGann coming onto the mound. Come on the last 2 years, Hart throwing right-hander, product of the Braves Baseball Club out of Melville.
There you go. Beautiful moonshot. Yeah, great. And again, I'll give them props. They do it all season. That was a cool shot. The show screen crew, there's a lot of baseball streamed around the country from a lot of different providers, but Christian and his team at Show Screens is doing a phenomenal job. Producing the camera work is always first class, so appreciate their good work. As Luden Tamara into bat. First one was inside, and Tamara smacks it down to left field. It's going to bounce in front of Gooch. One bounce to Gooch and a comfortable single for Tamara. Well hit ball.
Tamara lasered that one into left field. Left fielder not able to make a play on that one as that was pretty much a bullet shot, and as you said, a one hopper right into his glove. Tomorrow will lead off from first as
Kerr comes in.
As I said, McGowan has come on the last 2 years. I think they kind of found out about him in the under-16 state tournament. He kind of made a name for himself as a 16-year-old throwing in mid-80s. Continued to work with the Kennellys and Andy Kyle and the Heat Performance Department. I think he's managed to work pretty hard with Josh Kennelly in the weight room, and dividends are starting to pay off as he's getting bigger and stronger. And
absolutely. Done some. I believe it's the Weatherford College Coyotes.
That's right. I was trying to. I couldn't remember where he was going, but Weatherford is a very good JUCO program. Great baseball stadium. I think they play in a little school out of Abilene. That's also in that kind of district. I don't think it's McMurray. I think it's another one that's in Abilene. And I remember before one of our high school games, it's a great little stadium there in Abilene that I got to, they had a Weatherford versus this Abilene school.
So there he goes off to Coyote Country, Dallas, Texas. That was a good one into bat against McGowan. Really fun part of the world, Dallas, Texas.
I think he's a little bit wrong. Weatherford's the west side of Fort Worth, so he'll fly into Dallas-Fort Worth, but he isn't going to be wearing Dallas.
That's the one thing. I mean, it's even, you picture Dallas, and then there's Fort Worth, which is essentially not Dallas, but kind of due together. Then you got Arlington and everything out that way, so it's sort of like all of a sudden you go to Dallas, but you want to go watch baseball, you hop on the train, and you ain't going. You're getting out of
they're
that.
not even really a train, really. I mean, that's what's interesting.
It's a giant car park.
It's the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and there's really no land in between the two. The land in between the two is Arlington, and obviously Arlington. That's where you used to go to for the Cowboys games or Six Flags over Texas or the Rangers ballpark. That's where actually the Cowboys built the new stadium in Arlington because they share the parking lots with the new ballpark and everything. Arlington 6, dead middle in between Dallas Fort Worth, and it's about a half hour each direction to each one. But then Weatherford's about a half hour outside of Fort Worth, so you're looking at an hour and 15-minute drive to really get to Dallas from that area. But I guess when you hear it, you always kind of say that one.
Good one. Fouls that one. Oof, we got into the.
Cub Goodwin has started off with Peel and has become a South Perth product.
There's some Sherry out there watching from Indiana, and I see Jared Goddard out there as well. He's a long-time loyal Heat fan. Swinging and missing down on strikes. Could have the Bitcoin community watching us as well.
It's still interesting. No, all the guys talking about that one, but it's been one of the big kind of stories of 2021 was the first baseball team signing with Bitcoin, and obviously the Perth Heat have the privilege of that.
Absolutely, Shepard into bat, and you talk about sort of guys going to college in different parts of the world, and the Heat making history by sort of been the first team to go on the Bitcoin standard and accept Bitcoin payments at the ballpark, and
Of course, we
paid in Bitcoin and things.
talk a little bit about history. We had some more made over this past weekend with the Adelaide Giants heading down to Melbourne, and the Aces had a 17-year-old girl make
Genevieve pitched, yeah.
debut.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was a phenomenal time at Genevieve become the first official female to play pro baseball in Australia.
And I think the Yankees recently hired a
Rachel
woman to be a minor league manager.
Who was, of course, the bench coach at the Sydney Blue Sox a couple of years back. The wires crossed one day. Supposed to have everyone talking baseball as a guest, and got the dates wrong. But now she's down with the. Can't think of the team that she's the high A. I think the.
It's not Scranton Wilkes Barre, is it?
No,
it's another upstate New York one, as I recall.
Harpoons or something. I think. Down on strikes goes Shepard.
McGon able to get the best of Sheppy there.
But I said, and you've got a daughter as well. I've got a daughter, and you probably don't necessarily, growing up, you don't, sort of you can see yourself in any situation. But for now, for Genevieve to pitch for Melbourne is huge for young female athletes coming through baseball, and for Rachel to be the manager of a minor league team in the New York Yankees system, and like the Yankees have Susan, one of the great broadcasters in their radio call as well, and it's just great to see baseball, the heat at the forefront with cryptocurrencies and the future of money, essentially, and then you see baseball as a sport and Australian baseball at the forefront, giving Genevieve the chance, and Rachel as well. It's just it's wonderful for the sport to see, and I really do think that if you can see it, you can become it is certainly a philosophy that serves everyone well, and wish everyone nothing but luck moving forward as Flynn McGon continues to George. 3 balls, 1 strike.
McGon kind of flirting it with the strike zone a little bit. He went down to a 3-0 count here, but has battled back. Going to end up getting out of this inning with no damage.
Horsley camps under it, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Up to the home half of the 4th. It is the Bulls continuing to have that 1-0 lead over the Biscuits. Quick time out from us. Back for more shortly.
Now I'm post-game here with Kylan from the Hot Rods. Kylan, how have the last 2 weeks been?
It's been really good. I've learned a lot during the 2 weeks. Yeah.
So do you think you've improved your baseball quite a bit over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I've learned a lot. Gotten better. Learned more things. Yeah.
And how did you play in the last game?
Pitched pretty well. Pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs. Yeah, it's all right.
How's the shoulder feeling after that?
It's held up good. Put some ice on it. Yeah.
And what can we expect from you over the next 2 days?
I don't know. Try to get a few hits if I go have an at-bat.
And a bit more pitching?
Yeah, probably not.
No, that's all right. That's all right. And what's one thing you've learned over the last 2 weeks?
Probably be a better person than a baseball player, as it'll get you further.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much and good luck tomorrow and on Friday.
Thank you, Grady. I enjoyed that interview. Good personality in the young fellow.
A lot of talk.
I love it. I love it. It's funny because when you do interview athletes, which I've done a fair bit of, and you've done as well. It's like they're so when they get a bit older. There's the great Raimondo there as well. Raimondo's at the ballpark. Missed the old hot dogs from Raimondo. But as athletes progress, like, you know, they get more media training and more of these things, and you know, they become so much more robotic in their answers. But it's just so refreshing to see a kid answer a question with, you know, with complete honesty, and it's great because, you know, you get to a point where the interviews become so boring, as you know, because you know what people are gonna, you know exactly what the athlete's going to say back to you, and it just becomes this intensely sort of boring scenario where so when a diamond in the rough pops up and is different, it's the best thing ever.
I actually kind of like it. As you said, it's a little bit different. Jackson Stivey, the younger brother of Maddox, on the mound, getting the opportunity here. I think it's so different too, because the Australians, you know, they've always had the unique hairstyles, and with baseball, myself growing up or everything, you know, everything always had to be high and tight, and you've seen that with a lot of it. But there's been a relaxation, and especially out here, everybody's got the long hair, the mullet going, and you know, in some cases, I don't like it. I think it's so dirty, but it's so funny to watch these guys because they all have it, and then they want to. Everything they do is going back to brush it back, going back to trying to control that flow, whatever. And I like it. That part's kind of the funny part with watching these guys. But
Gasparis hits that one up, and Tamara is playable in foul territory, makes the catch. Gasparis retired.
That was a little bit of an all Swan Districts affair right there. Jackson Stivey throwing to Gasparis. Normally they've been teammates for the last 3 or 4 years, and Luden Tamara obviously makes the play, and he's also a Swan District guy. So you know, a little bit. Teammates getting to play against each other in some cases from this one, so it's a little bit of bragging rights over each other.
Here's Moyle. So the first man the only person to register a run this evening. Yeah, the mullet is, boy, there's plenty of mullets, and we got a mullet on mullet matchup here. The pitcher and your batter both got the old firing mullets out the back.
Yeah, it's even Rod Drew has a bit of one going on. I have to laugh because I think Moyle down there's got the high and tight action going on.
It's a good mullet from Stivey. That's a good mullet.
He's the one that doesn't take after anyone in his family, because his dad is bald, his brother has got the high and tight, and he's got the free flowing locks.
He's got the flowing locks, and Moyle's mullet as well. That's a good mullet too. Of course, the.
And Dad down the line doesn't have that. He's got the high and tight. So
no, it's the mullet, and young guy I work with, he got a loose perm the other day because the perm hairstyle is sort of in. So he come into work with the loose perm.
I think even Josh Davies has some locks flowing out that catcher's mask too.
One's.
I think Andy Kyle had the long hair last year. I think he's gotten the main contained this year, but
yeah, it's definitely been a few mullets. And Stivey throws high, and Moyle take a walk. Back-to-back walks for Moyle. There it is. Cooper McDonald. There's Andy Cole, and mullet. There we go. Certainly cut off. Gone back to short.
Go back to the high and tight. Jackson been a little bit wild with his delivery to the last hitter, able to reel it in and start off with the first pitch fastball.
Stivey throws back. Moyle scurries back to first. McDonald, your batter. So 1-0, courtesy bottom of the first. It was Moyle, his home run to left field. Moyle, who's going to again steal second. So he stole second his last attempt. So a couple of stolen bases, not a home run for Moyle, who's putting together a very very handy evening.
You know, it was a good jump by Moyle. The throw could have had him. Davies had a great throw, but neither middle infielder kind of got to the bag and was in a position to field the ball. Did go into center field, but no damage done.
Brayton Moyle putting together a good night. Stolen base, flying mullet. Top of speed.
I think that little meeting is getting on the same page. Obviously, these two guys, Josh plays for Crean, Jackson's over at Swan, so don't necessarily have a feel for each other, but you know, that one's also maybe even changing the signs with the runner on second.
Oof, one of these.
So if by chance they'd picked up signs or picked up information, maybe changing things up a little bit so a hitter doesn't know what's coming.
3-1 count. Bottom of the fourth here in a 7-inning game. Swing a miss. Count goes full.
Good fastball there by Jackson. It's definitely his kind of go-to pitch. He's been able to locate that one when he needs. I think a little bit of it where he's gotten in trouble, he's experimenting with some of his pitches and trying to do some different things. And
well, on this right
just
over
next
our
door
head.
to us.
Fouled off by McDonald. Run away down the hill. I think close to the broadcast truck. Stivey looks back at Moyle, throws and missing. McDonald takes a walk. Bring Owen Pilcher up to bat.
Wasn't quite sure. It didn't look like his fastball. It looked like he was trying to experiment with the changeup that he kind of released a little late. Didn't quite make it to 60 feet.
Oh, the old dragonfly got Moyle's face there.
Oh, just missed below the knees. It's actually a really good pitch there by Jackson. Didn't get much help there, and a little bit that's due to kind of being a little bit of erratic.
I do think you can see that the old the dragonfly right to Moyle's eyes. So I must say, like, when you look at Pilcher as we're taking this pitch, as Stivey looks back and one's high. The minute you grow a moustache, you're an old-time. You look like an old-time ball player, don't you? But
I tell you what, you know, I know he's the starting center fielder for the Honor Giants, and I believe he's leading the league in the state league in batting average. And you know, I guess you're an all-time ball player because when you can do that and you look the part, you are the part. And yeah, you're in the under 18 side still too. Not a few. I mean, if he was playing basketball, people would start thinking he's 35 with that mustache, but.
3-1 count, one down. Runners on first and second for the Bulls, who lead by 1-0 as Pilcher hits that hard and deep to left field. It's going to be trouble, I think, but coming back and making the catch nicely in the end is Stanton. Runners tag and advance. It was a good catch by Stanton because he sort of lost it a little bit. But as he went back onto the track, made a great catch.
I think our cameraman was a little bit fooled because he was tracking Kerr. And Stanton was the one who actually made the feed about 30 feet to the left.
It was, I thought it,
I think that's why you got caught kind of watching that one a little bit, same as I, because I was like, I don't know if it's going to be making the play. And
Stanton.
the cameraman was completely fooled for where it was.
It was one of those ones that tailed away, but unless Cam Landy comes down, Moyles on third, McDonald's on second, 2 down.
Jackson seemed to have found a little groove here now in terms of finding his rhythm and finding a little bit of consistency the last 2 hitters. Able to get the 2 outs out of it.
Stivey throws and
A good job working the zone, keeping away from hitters, not throwing necessarily to their strengths. Just a little bit high there, and as I said, doing a good job working kind of the outer edges. He's not getting rewarded necessarily for all of it. I think a little of that's due to some of that inconsistency of being a little wild, but you know, if he keeps showing he can do that, he might start getting some of those calls bought. And he's also doing a good job of trying to mix in his arsenal. A little off-speed pitch there. I think, and this is where it goes back to, he's still a young guy, kind of learning his craft and doing those things. And this is where we say the repetition part of it. Maybe right now doesn't have a feel for that changeup because it's been in the dirt the last 2 times.
Count goes full now. Good time strike there from Stivey.
Big pitch here from Jackson.
And he fouls it off. Landy. High missing now. Loads the bases.
I think here's where you're going to see Orrick come out and talk to Jackson, just kind of settle him down. And he's been able to locate his fastball pretty well. It's some of his other pitches as he's tried to result him. Lost a little bit of his accuracy on, and he did a good job of kind of battling with that one, but now it's calming those nerves. He's got the bases loaded, and saying, you know, you've gotten yourself into trouble. What are you going to do to kind of get out of it? Talking a little bit, you know, what we're going to do in terms of settling him down, pitches that we're going to throw, and kind of going through that routine of how you're going to attack the hitters here in a dangerous part of the lineup here for the Bulls. There you go. There's the full golden locks there from Moyle.
Yeah.
Not just helmet hair.
Headdress is not required as Santich at bat. Loaded bases for Santich.
Good fastball in the corner there by Jackson. He's been locating that well.
Good opportunity for Jackson Stivey under lights. Bases loaded. His team trails by a run. Wants to keep it a 1-0 lead. Quickly jumps ahead, 0-2 in the count.
That's where I said, you know, he's gone down into that changeup, so now a nice change of speed. Santich, you know, fooled by that one a little bit, out in front, just barely.
Oof, that one crashed into Davis behind the plate. But,
you had it right the first time, Davies.
It's hard with Davies and Davis.
That's what I said. That's why I laughed. I told you that story, you know, when I was watching the Karina and Wanneroo one. It's the Stanton and Santich, and they're both named Jacob. And here you got the Davis and Davies.
I'm playing umpire, just buying some time for Davies.
Hey, you've done yourself. Yeah, it's all right.
Santich. So 0-2 there. I mean, Stivey was, as you said, he's got the corners a couple of times nicer to that fastball. This is sort of the spot where he's getting into these good positions, getting these favourable counts, and now he's just got to put them away.
Got to put him away now. He's got a couple of pitches to work with here. I'd like to see if he goes inside. He stayed away, and I think, yep, the home plate umpire is going to say he committed. So he did a good job, but I was almost going to say go inside to then attack it back out. But able to get him to chase after that one.
Good job by Stivey. Gets himself out of a bases-loaded jam, and it is 1-0 Bulls. And the Biscuits will come up with the bats in a second. See how they go as we head to the 5th inning here at Empire Ballpark. 1-0 Bulls lead the Biscuits.
Now I've grabbed Ben from the River Dogs post-game. How was your first game out there today?
Good. Felt pretty good hitting the ball. Went 4-4. Team played well.
And how have the last 2 weeks been here at the Empire Ballpark?
Really good. Learned some new stuff. Good knowing people and all that. So.
Did that under-18s teach you a little bit? Were they kind of taking you under their wing?
Yeah, they were very helpful, giving us tips all that the week.
Now, where do you hope to take your baseball career in the years to come?
College, that's my goal so far, so yeah.
It's the best goal to have. So what can we expect from you over the next 3 days? Or 2 days?
Just putting my all out in the field and doing my best.
Absolutely good attitude to have. Well, good luck over the next 2 days, and thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Grady. And I do like, Guy, that I like that the dialogue, or maybe the goals of the dialogue has changed a lot in Australian baseball, in junior baseballs particularly. Now, virtually everyone who's been interviewed, college is the goal.
I am a big fan of it, to be honest. I think years ago, I think a lot of these guys were, they're wanting to sign that contract, and that's all well and good. But the one kind of thing is when you sign with those major league teams, you're going over there as an 18-year-old, right? Yep. You have freedoms here as an 18-year-old in Australia that you don't in America. So over here, you can go out, you can have fun with your friends, but you go over there, you're restricted to it. In terms of when we talk about things, you want to maximize your opportunities. And I think the one kind of thing is if you go over there, you sign right away, you have to perform. You have to have that immediate return on investment. And, in some cases, you may only get that one chance. And with college, you're able to kind of maximize. You're able to, people see you a little bit longer, get a little bit of a feel. But the bigger thing is at college, you're going to be playing 5 games a week. Yeah. And so you're going to learn what it takes to be that big leaguer and go from, you may only be getting 2 games a week here. Some of these guys probably do their best to fill in, and maybe they get 3 games a week. But it's still a different monster having to come back. If you're a pitcher, you might be in 3 of those 5 games. If you're expected to be a position player, you're playing, 5 or 6 days in that week, and it helps you to grow, it helps you to learn, it helps you to see what it is to compete. Because as I said, every level that you move up, the game comes that much quicker, it comes that much harder at you, and you have to work that much harder or longer. And with those kinds of pressure, you want to maximize those opportunities that you're given and give yourself that best shot to, if your goal is to sign pro, to get that opportunity.
Riley Marsh, a new pitcher. And the first pitch hit hard and deep to left field, tracking and getting over the head of Gooch. So Davis gets himself a leadoff double, because that was a well-hit ball, and Gooch was running back, but just got over the top of Gooch. So nice double, and a good way for the Biscuits to start, who trail this 1-1-0.
And you just saw that right there. Big smile there from Nick Davis, and he's had a few opportunities in the field defensively that just the breaks didn't fall his way, but there's no better way to kind of put those behind you than to have a big hit. And when you get a double over the left fielder's head, it's always a reason to smile.
Stanton up now to keep the train moving. It's Marsh. I mentioned Marsh, a new pitcher.
Marsh, of course, a former product of South Perth, and made that move over to Victoria Park, I believe. So he's under the tutelage of Rod Drew.
Another mullet as well.
Yeah, those free-flowing walks. I see good picture of him staring down, getting the signs. See if he peeks back at the runner. He does. And this is another difference that we talk about from the first game here to the second game. With the exception of Moyle, who's stolen the 2 bases, we haven't seen runners take advantage on the base path as much as we did in the 16 game. So some of these pitchers have a little bit better feel of controlling it, using slide steps, using quicker approaches. Marsh is getting a little bit of a leg kick, but between these guys throwing a little bit harder, some of these catchers having quicker pop times, you're not seeing the base pass being used as much of a weapon at the moment. And just as soon as he did not go. I say just as soon as I say that one, we'd see a runner advance, but didn't think he got far enough away from. Solace.
Hard hit ball to short, and good throw from Landy to McDonald. Gets the out. Davis after getting a double.
A little bit surprised to see Davis break right away on that. That ball was hit just to his right. A little bit of a daring play, because there was the potential to get in under that tag, especially with the throw being to the home plate side of the third baseman, but able to recover nicely and get the play before the runner got in.
Duncan in. Left-handed Duncan. This pitch from Marsh at the knees, called strike. It's fouled off. 0-2 count, 2 down. Big pitch here for Marsh. Coach Workshop continues to get the footage for Marsh to review the mechanics and review the outing. Big pitch here for him. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Duncan. Marsh strikes out the side, and we are off to the home half of the fifth. It is the Bulls 1, leaving the Biscuits 0. Under 18s baseball here from Empire Ballpark. Back for the home half of the fifth right after this.
Today I'ma wake up a new man, driving a new road, develop a new plan. I'll never be blue, man, whatever the view, man. Go to a new beach, give me a new tan. I'ma write down every single thought. Like goals on my wall, I win, I never fall. I've been gone for a minute, yeah, I had to be free. You want it, I got it, so tell me what you need. Go get it, you got it, I see you.
Welcome back to Empire Ballpark. Paul Morgan's my name, Guy Belair alongside me. Big thanks to our sponsors, Diamond Fitness, SKG Radiology, Australian Institute of Fitness. As you can see by the ad from Diamond Fitness, you can be at any fitness level, any age. You just need to get started. So head to diamondfitness.com.au to get in touch with Dean and the crew, and also the trainers, Josh Canelli and BJ Cooks down there, Lee Godfrey as well, Johnny Ogilvie, Corbin Rowe. Good group of people down there. Marsh continues. It's a little cool here now on the Wednesday evening, just approaching 9 o'clock local time.
I would say it's just right, but
What is it? I think it's extra cool here because the air conditioning's pumping. But just looking at some of the crowd up there with their blankets on. But Stivey continues. It's always been. It's a funny ballpark, this ballpark, because it's. I've always said it. It's either the hottest place in the world or the coldest place in the world. It never seems to go.
It's been a really interesting summer because, like we said, Rod said the field has held up well despite those 6 days in a row of 40-degree heat. And for those of you listening to America, it's it's over 100, 103. As you said, it was interesting. Normally we would have that wet, cold one right as the season kind of starts in that October, November timeframe. We never really had that this year. No. We had the most rain from the winter time, but didn't have that one. And then normally it would be really hot in these evenings too, but it's managed to cool off here in these January evenings.
Catch by Kerr out in right field.
I don't think I've seen that one happen in my 7 years here. So.
No. Pitching change will happen as Kerr took a catch. Gooch retired.
I think I can just hear one of the water bombers flying nearby.
The fire down south. It's 3 hours away from here, but
this is my other time I've been able to acclimated to hear that sound because I know the lake is one of the designated fill-up spots for depending on where they have to go. So I've become accustomed to, yep, that's them.
Pitching change.
Stivey again pulled because probably for that pitch restriction, but he was bang on the 40 there. He came out and started batter, did his job, and I think now we'll get
Hayden Branch in. One of the few non-mulleted pitches tonight.
back to the high and tight action. I like it. I like it. Branch, nice fall through leg kick, as you can see some of the mechanics there.
New batter is Newham as well. Well, this was a time in the last game it was sort of flying till the 5th inning and then just really...
Oh, Paul, are we going to blame you this time instead of me? So
no, I'm just saying that this game is there we are, Gee.
Absolutely.
I'll let everyone out there. PA crew next door to us doing a great job. Actually, the music's on point.
Apparently they used the first game as a practice game too, so.
We don't have to see you and the mic down there gesturing up to cut the music or change music. So Newham into the ball game against Branch. So 2 guys brand new to this ball game tonight.
I can only attest that one too. Thanks from Ryan Harder, who gave me all the dirty looks for a couple of years when I forgot to turn music off in time because when you're doing 4 or 5 different things at once and oh whoops, that one, yeah.
Big swing by Newham.
We kind of learned to start spraying those 4 or 5 different things into 4 or 5 different people, so it helps make things a little bit easier. But I still sometimes let the music play just to get a dirty look from Ryan every now and then.
That one's foul down the left field line. I can't remember who it was, and I think it was Ryan, but somebody got the the rules book photocopied and highlighted.
It was definitely Ryan Hart. He texted me that one, and yeah, have a little kick. If anyone's out there, head down to South Perth this weekend. I think Ryan Harder, his dad and brother are playing in a game for the first time, and so good old Larry Harder, the former rules enforcer for baseball WA, is playing his first game. I think I saw in like 17 years or something like that one. So
Newham goes down swinging, so down on strikes. So Branch with his first strikeout. They see Newham go down on strikes.
if anyone wants to go down and heckle former umpire officials, make sure and go down to South Perth this weekend.
There you go. It's supposed to be. Lee comes into bat. First pitch fouled up onto the party deck. Branch throws and again jumps ahead. 0-2 count. Lee the batter. Branch the pitcher. Kicks and delivers. That one is hit to Davis at third. Throws across to Tamara in time. And down go the Bulls. They still lead at 1-0 though through 5 complete here at Empire Ballpark. We'll take a quick break and be back for the 6th inning right after this. There we are, centre field cameraman doing a sensational job this evening, as all our cameramen and production team, everyone on point with the replays. It's the show screens crew. No one does it better than show screens. Paul Morgan's my name, Guy Belair alongside you. This is Cruz Brandon, who we heard from earlier with Grady Wolf.
So good. So good we had to hear him twice.
Yes, he was worth hearing twice. The celebrity name Grady gave it, the rock star name, Cruz Brandon. Let's see if he can cruise through the 6th inning. His team has a 1-0 lead. There's some great pitching on display so far this evening, so Cruz Brandon gets to come in. Santich the catcher. Tamara will be the first batter he faces. Little sidearm whip.
Yeah, I think Santich did come in to catch last inning, and I looked down and I said it was Salas, but I think they actually did make that change to Santich. And
but now defensively, the Bulls look like this. You got Lee in right field, Pilcher still in centre, Gooch in left, McDonald still at third, Landy still at short, Moyle still at second. Newham has come into the game at first base. Santich catching, Cruz Brandon the pitcher. Luden Tamari hitter, 1-0. Biscuits are batting. They trail by 1. Top of the 6th.
a nice tight breaking ball, missing wide, but good spin ratio and effect.
The new glove there, Cruz Brandon. Either that or he looks after it very well, very clean.
No, I think that one's new because it hasn't been shaped too much, so.
Tamara fouls that down third base side. 1-2 count. Spent plenty of time at fielder's choice. Gabe, what's your glove of brand of choice?
I am partial to a made in Texas glove, Nakona. But
swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Tamara. Cruz Brandon gets his first strikeout of the evening.
I have had the pleasure of holding a Wilson A2000 and A2K, Rawlings Heart of the Hide, Rawlings Pro Preferred, the Mizuno. Each of them offer, something different. I think that's kind of the unique parts of what I've found, different gloves that I like and around, and what you go after. Cruz there going with that little 3/4 sidearm action. Be interesting. I didn't quite follow. I did manage to see that one, but I don't know if he does that one for a specific pitch or if he kind of always has that one.
It's shame the radar's gone off again. It's
yeah, it's a little bit hit or miss, and I don't know if that little bit of a sidearm action, it's not picking it up as much. Didn't seem to pick up that curveball though either, but I think his curveball was coming in, crossed at about 71, and I think I saw that fastball popping in at 81, 82. I think that one's going to just get out of play into the stands.
Biscuits got to get some stuff, got to get going. Kerr in a bat for Montgomery. 2-2 count, one down. Cruz Brandon pitches, and that one's hit hard and playable for Lee and right. Lee gets under it, makes the catch, 2 down.
Fastball, middle out. Good job by the hitter to kind of take it where it's pitched, but managed to get under it. The old Sky that one home run in an elevator shaft, but I think we're gonna have a pitch hitter here. It looks to be Tyson Knoll, if I recognize the face. He has grown about 2 feet, it appears, since we remember him from his days and originally kind of making some appearances with the Little League charter for Swan Hills Aces, and then of course going over with the Senior League charter to the Nationals. They won the Nationals and went over to the tournament in America.
Tyson Knoll would be another Swans product.
Another Swan Districts product. He's gone from the short left-hander to the tall, lanky left-hander. I think he's taller than all of them now.
Was his brother in 18s last year, or
Was what?
was his brother in 18s last year, or?
No, I think he's not an only child, but I don't think he has a brother. I think he's got a sister. His dad's obviously the state league coach there for Swans.
Last time we saw him pitch was Tyson might have been around when he was.
Would have been
the charter teams.
One of those charter teams, yeah.
Draws a walk anyway, Tyson Knoll. Sam Shepard up now. He's taller, isn't he? Even when we look at him first now, Tyson Knoll.
Yeah. That's what I said. I jokingly say he shot up 2 feet, but maybe not quite that much. But he definitely shot northwards quickly.
When you were looking down on them, now they're all looking down on you.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are.
Two down for the Biscuits. Cruz Brandon looking to get out of this inning. Gets away from Sandage, but it allows Knoll to advance to second. Hit into the crowd. So 1-2 count, 2 down. Top 6. The runner in scoring position does Sam Shepard. Cruz Brandon, who's one good pitch away from taking his team off the field. Brandon rocks back, kicks, delivers, fouled off.
Definitely has a nice tight breaking ball. It's got that, you can't see it, but it's got a nice, late breaking action. See if he goes back to that here.
Oof. Sandage, yeah. Rung the bell of Sandage.
See if he goes back to it one more time. He had that high one and he brought that one a little bit low. I wouldn't be surprised to see this one kind of buried into the dirt. Even throw it as a waste pitch.
There you go.
Does indeed. Just changing those eye levels, and now he's kind of got him cooped up on that time. We'll see if he goes back to the fastball, put him away.
See if Shepard's expecting that and sits on it. He's waiting for it, but missed it. So big strikeout from Cruz Brandon. And off the field go the Bulls. They lead this one 1-0. And they'll go swinging the bats in the bottom of the 6th right after this great strikeout there. back. The beautiful shot of the moon there. That's a shot of Branch as he's going to pitch to the Gasparis, who will foul off the first pitch he sees. Bottom of the
Truck's got to look out there.
The hey?
I think the coffee truck needed to look out for that one.
He would have had a few dents along the way, the coffee truck, because of course normally parked up over by sort of that first base side, and plenty of time sitting here, and you just watch the balls just career into him. But he, you know, on a night like this, you normally see the line of hot coffee, sorry, hot chocolate. The Gasparis 0 from 2 this evening. Branch 2-1 count. Throws hit up, and 3 of them converge, and in the end it was
Gonna be dropped.
Shepard sort of went back, the second baseman. Duncan came in, as did Kerr. Then they kind of all...
You like to see that Kerr took charge and made the call, and the second baseman got out of the way, but the second baseman was camped. Probably could have made that play. Kerr was still charging in, but that's one of those that, you know, in theory, they followed the rules, but the second baseman was camped under it, and he should have been making that one wave, you know, waving his hands that it was his ball. And
pitching change. Almost got it. Almost for Duncan, but maybe it's not a pitching change.
Yeah, it
It
was.
is a pitching change.
Yeah.
So.
Cody.
Lanky left-hander. Cody Vandergraaf. Boy, he got out in a hurry though, didn't he? Unless he must have been in the dugout.
No, he came in from the bullpen. He didn't use the golf cart. He actually ran in.
I do like the fact that, you know, our great mate Simon Arson's now working for a golf cart company, and I've seen 3 new golf carts here that I knew. I said to Simon that surely have to have enough bullpen cart, but he raced him. Unlike that famous stroll from the Brisbane Bandits.
That was one of the slowest walk-ins that I've ever seen to this day. There was a reason why the golf cart was apparently brought in to bring them in, but
yes, Moyle would be batter, who right back in the first innings got things started, led off with a home run, and since then we haven't seen a run.
I don't know that we've seen a couple hits, but we haven't seen too many. I think Tamara had a hard line drive. Other than that, there've been a couple of bloop hits.
Bloop hits, but yeah, not a lot of clean hitting, a lot of good pitching.
A lot of getting out of situations too. So the pitchers have really buckled down, and you know, I know Jackson Stivey ran into a little bit of trouble, but able to work himself out. Cody Vandergraaf, we'll see what he's able to offer here. Another mullet. You almost can't tell. I mean, I guess he's a different arm pitching here, but
the mullet is one of those. It does. If you got a few guys with similar hair colours with mullets, it.
I was gonna say you even have the mullet and the high socks. There's been a few of that one tonight. I don't mind that. I don't mind the high socks look.
No, high socks looks a strong look. There he is. The high socks.
And the interesting thing here is, again, nice little change of pace. Different. You've had some hard throwing right-handers come in. Not a hard thrower, but locating well, and again, just the change of speed is going to be what's different. little bit tough not to get that call. Davies not able to hang on to it. Looked like a pretty good pitch there. Not a long stride out. Be interesting if we, like I said, if we get to talk to Warwick, what he's teaching each of these guys, and you know, we talked about Rod Drew. You know, what are the things that you say to, not necessarily in the game, but what are the takeaway moments here, and what's the message that you deliver to each one of these guys, and how does it differ?
So Moyles had a home run and 3 walks.
Not going to be able to steal second this time.
No.
Unless they have the double steal on, but.
Which they may, you never know. Get aggressive, get that lead happening.
You're right.
McDonald out to bat.
They need to make you prophetic at some point to make sure that the...
went the bunt. Didn't see that coming. Like it.
I do like it. We haven't had any offense generated. You got the runners on. You got nobody out. It's a way to move them over. I almost questioned whether he got a hold of that one or not. I didn't.
So, probably do it again here, you would think.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten it down.
No, he's not going to. A 2 count now.
Interesting that despite showing it, the corner infielders hadn't moved into the baseline to prevent it. Don't think he'll be doing it with the 0-2, but you never know. A little bit different there. You know, I know Australia, it's cricket season, but those couple of practice swings that he had right there were a little bit more reminiscent of fighting off a wicket more so than swinging a baseball bat.
Right down Road Highway, that one. Good pitch from Van de Graaff.
Owen Pilcher.
Saw that look of anguish. I don't know if that one was a little bit more like, I can't believe I let that one go. I can't believe that one's a strike. But as you said, that was right down the middle of Row Highway. Like, not sure why you didn't swing at that one.
Pilcher chasing his first hit for the evening. Van de Graaff throws 11th pitch down, and
I'll agree. I thought that was a good pitch as well. I thought fastball located well in that outside corner, but sometimes being that lefty, he hasn't seen the left-hander throw all night, and didn't get that call in the outside corner there.
Pilcher smacks that deep, and that's going to be playable. Good job by Kerr making the catch in right field. Tagging up is Horsley heading to third. But boy, I thought that was going to get over Kerr. But,
yeah, good job by Horsley to actually stay on the base, listen to coaches, because the way he was running and then, you know, made the basket catch, most people might have even been cheating off that bag, but he had committed making sure he was going to advance if it was caught, and might have still been able to score if it had gotten down.
So Horsley goes to, and now Moyle has the opportunity to steal second.
I would look for it to happen probably pretty quickly. It might not happen right away just because the left-hander is able to hold a runner on a little bit more easily than a right-hander. So he's going to hesitate to go. The bigger part, Cam Landy struggled with the bat as of late. He's been really good in the field. But see if he's able to put it in play and kind of expand the lead here for his team.
Landy. So that one miss, 1-1.
That one's just a little bit due to Davies was still kind of moving out there. You know, that pitch was coming in onto that outside corner, but he sees you reach for it moving.
The ball's going to score a run, so we're going to Oh, it's going to get past Kerr as well, so may even at scoring 2 or even 3
It
runs.
is. Landy can absolutely
It's a chance
fly.
for
And I
Landy
think
to
you got to
hit the
say,
park home run. Oh,
he should have said, he's going to go.
He's been sent. So, bad throw as well. So he gets it done in the end. So, some terrific running from Landy. Clears the bases, scores himself as well. Can't have their opportunities a couple of times, Biscuits, to get him, but boy, he is quick, isn't he?
And that's one of the
bad
versatile things there about Landy. But he's able to drive that pitch where it was pitched into that right field corner, and he was absolutely flying around. I was surprised that Moyle held him. I thought he'd maybe just give him a chance to see what happens, but I ended up sending him on the overthrow, and they had a chance to get him, but made another overthrow.
Yes, I'm sure they scored.
I think they got 3 runs on that one, yeah, so it should be 4-0.
So it should be 4-0. Scoreboard says 3-0, but it's 4-0. They scored 3 runs in that. Four nothing. Santich up to bat now, so the Bulls get the offense going. Van der Graaf kicks and delivers, and missing. No one's up and catches. Oh! Tamara and Shepard were sort of next to each other, and in the end the ball's dropped. Had the opportunity to get off the field there. Very playable, but as you see, Shepard and Tamara both went for the ball and neither got it. And in the end, the innings extended.
It was kind of interesting. Last couple of innings, you've seen Sheppy turning around to those outfielders and, giving his fingers for good talk, and either they didn't hear each other, but I don't know that I actually heard either one kind of call it.
No.
We talk about those little things, and that's something that just gets away from you.
Can Gooch punish him? Bangs that one down, but it should be very playable. Here's George scoops to Shepard, and that'll do it. Not before they score 3, however, and the Biscuits are down to their final 3 outs. We'll see how it all goes on the other side of this break as we head to the top of the 7th. The Bulls 4 with the Biscuits 0 on Wednesday Night Baseball.
Today I'ma wake up a new man, driving a new road, develop a new plan. I'll never be blue, man, whatever the view, man. Go to a new beach, get me a new tan. I'ma write down every single thought. That goes on my wall, I win, I never fall. I've been gone for a minute, yeah, I had to be free. You want it, I got it, so tell me what you need. I'm unchained, unfazed, and unwilling. It's a new day, new world, we all winning. I'm up late, up early, I gotta get it. Keep working, now we gotta make a million. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. Go get it, you got it, I see you. I know you could do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it.
Welcome back to Empire Ballpark. The final 3 outs of the game. No,
You hope. Don't do that commentator curse here, Paul.
Well, they'll only pay a maximum of 7 anyway, so I don't know if I'm sure that they'll end the game if they get the 3 outs before.
Yes, I would
think, but
I would think so.
Sometimes in exhibition games they like to keep playing, but
they might let it for any pinch players that maybe need a net batter or something, but
the Gasparis is going to be a pitcher. So the Gasparis gets the opportunity to notch up the W. Well, for the team. George will be your first batter. So enjoyable game, this one between the under-18 West Australian players representing Montgomery Biscuits and the Durham Bulls. On Wednesday Night Baseball, of course, tomorrow back. Tomorrow it is these two teams in the 4 o'clock game. Ooh, bit of Dr. Dre.
music been on point the second game.
It has. The first game was questionable. With your thoughts, where it was the walk-up music you went. I liked it. I thought it was great.
The Barbie World, we had the
Baby Shark,
a couple of other ones, and then
George fouled.
I think we had Eagles. Eagles for about 4 innings in between every inning, and then I think we're being told that you missed. It was Flow Rider, not.
Sounded like Dre a bit, but. Oh well, showing my age, you see. Well, it's very. I have to listen.
Might have been inspired by Dre.
Must have been. Would have been better if it was Dre, but.
I don't even know if Dre could do a concert anymore. We laugh because you got Guns N' Roses and Kiss, and everybody's still on their like reunion tours, and they're like 70 years old. And
well, he doesn't.
Dre's not that old, but I don't even think he's capable of kind of doing his music anymore.
Well, I think he made that. I think they sold Beats by Dre to Apple for $3 billion or something, didn't they? Or
yeah, he made some ridiculous amount of money for it.
So he would have made it, and then obviously. Made plenty of money along the way, so. But I mean, it'd be pretty fun to tour the world, I imagine. Swing and a miss for George, and down on strikes he goes. So the Gasparis.
13, BJ Cook.
BJ Cook. Desperado for a hit, the old Biscuits. And they bring BJ Cook up.
I think BJ, the other night you see the outfielders you see all the fielders moving back. Pretty sure he deposited one over the fence, extra innings to win a game against somebody last weekend, I think.
Can hit, can pitch.
Can do.
Gasperson, boy, he gave it a ride there.
Of course, this one is the Gasparis is the young Swan Districts player. BJ is kind of the elder junior Swan Districts player.
It's like
not really an elder one, but
I don't think he'd be a veteran playing under 18s, but BJ Cook sends that high up for the old elevator shaft, as you like to say, Guy, and
nearly had a little bit of trouble.
Good catch. 2 down.
You can see the Gasparis giving him a little bit of lip there to have fun, and like I said, I think this is some of the better parts. You're learning to play against teammates instead of just playing with them.
Limpus now representing the final out for the Biscuits. Gasparis, first pitch strike
Olympus, a former Willetton ball player that's moved over to South Perth.
Wildcats baseball.
Coached him for a brief period.
Two 1 count on Olympus.
Another one that had the long flowing free locks a few weeks back. Looks like it's been trimmed up.
Yes, you'll be able to tell in a couple of weeks. Any of the kiddos who are going to certain schools that don't like hair touching the collar.
I think they relaxed a lot of that one apparently based on some of these hairstyles because those don't just grow in a matter of weeks.
Olympus draws a walk.
Now at number 11, Josh Davies.
Gasparis. Davies. These two will battle. For nothing. Of course, back at 4 o'clock tomorrow and Friday night as well, 4 and at 7 p.m. local time, as Davies falls behind 0-2. Guy Blair will bring you the 4 o'clock game tomorrow. I'll catch him in the later parts of the inning. And we'll be both back for the nightcap, both back on Friday night. So tomorrow will be these two teams playing at 4 o'clock. It'll be the under-16s playing at 7 o'clock. One, two count. Enjoyable evening. Big thank you again to the sponsors, Diamond Fitness. Doesn't matter if, what fitness level you're at or what stage of life you're at, you can join the team at Diamond Fitness. So head to the website or on social media, Diamond Fitness Training, at a location here at the ballpark and also in Osborne Park. Thanks to SKG Radiology. Support those who support baseball. So if you need any scans done, make sure you go and see good people at SKG Radiology. Runner goes. That ball is hit hard and playable. Gooch gets under it, makes the catch, and that is the ball game. Final score in this one: the Bulls defeat the Biscuits 4-0. Can they do it again tomorrow? You'll have to tune back in on the broadcast at 4 o'clock. Big thank you to all the team at Show Screens. Great job by all the production crew. Big thank you to you, Guy Belair. My name's Paul Morgan. Thanks so much for joining us on Wednesday Night Baseball. See you again tomorrow. Final in this one: the Bulls 4 defeat the Biscuits 0.